a lot of effort, a lot of money to get how far we got. And obviously, the world is not sitting idly by. As we are doing it, others are copying, imitating, emulating, and actually, that's good because competition makes you better. So I welcome the fact that there are now about 15 or 16 other academies. They keep us always thinking and trying to improve ourselves. So I think we are always a step ahead, but may or may not always be true in some respect. So I appreciate the feedback. But that is how it all started in 2007. Many of you have not even seen my wife. That's my wife. She actually told me, if you spend any more money, and I've spent millions now on cricket, and she said she'll bury me under the wicket. And when she saw the coffin, she said, well, I found a coffin. So there we are. But we only started the indoor space in 2007. We did not expect kids to come in because kids were not coming to say Islam. There was one little outdoor program that a guy called Cal Patel, someone might remember him, Prasad might remember him. Cal Patel started a small outdoor program which was kind of seasonal, it would start and stop. And I took over that program. Cal moved back to India. And the following summer, I don't know if you know this gentleman, PPK, the panelists might recognize him. His name is Bharat Kumar. He was a Ranji coach for Tamil Nadu. But he's also more well known because he is Krish Shrikant's brother-in-law. And so Krish Shrikant married a sister. And he was a friend of mine, and I flew him down. And I said, let's do an outdoor program, which is the entire summer. He did that. He stayed with me in my home. We flew him down, and we thought we'd get 20 kids and maybe it'll be worth this time. And literally only 6 kids turned up, and 4 of them stayed the course. One of whom, Prasad, you will recognize, let's see if you recognize this kid here. Leftmost kid. That's Garanshu. Garanshu played USA under 19, right? That's where he started. That's the first day of cricket. Okay. Yeah. Of course, we didn't stay with our academy, but life takes interesting turns. But that is how it started. And that's KBK. KBK was like, I was flown in from India and I came thinking there were 20 trainees. There's 6 trainees, only 4 are coming regularly. Dream Cricket gets credit to continue the program despite having only 4 kids. Because it was the cost of the program was, of course, very high, about $10,000, and we probably recovered $2,000 of that, right? That's it. That was how we started, though, when we stayed the course from there, and he stayed the course, so credit to him. The other 3 did not stay the course, they left quickly. Okay, the following year, things started to kind of, as you can tell, there's a little more strength there. Now there's about a dozen kids at the indoor facility, and that is at the, this is the winter of 2008, 2009. And you will remember 2008, there was a huge crisis in the US. And a lot of our kids then went back to Colombia because jobs were lost and so on. But simultaneously, at the same time, we got Gavaskar to come visit us and Sandhu to come visit us. So although some of the existing population moved back, newer kids came mainly to see Sunil Gavaskar and Balu sir. And slowly but surely we started getting more kids. Out here you'll see Harish and Ray Ramratan is there, Rich Ramratan, there are a bunch of kids who actually went on to play for US. So USA under 19, you'll see Harish Ishwar's name there. That's the initial group, that's the first cohort, if you will. But there were, as you can tell, age range is pretty wide. 8-year-olds to like 15-year-olds, okay? And you could make one team out of them. So we used to take them to California and we used to play a game. We used to lose horribly because, the 8-year-olds can barely feel at the time, right? They were very young and they were playing under 15. So that was how it started. Very interesting message from Balu sir. I don't know if you know, but Balu sir is a great writer. Okay? Nobody knows this. He's also a great speaker and orator. He was the spokesperson for ONGC in India. And he said, technique is like grammar. If you know grammar, you can be a poet, or you can be an author, or you can be a technical writer. You can choose what you want to write if you know the grammar. Similarly, if you know the technique, you can play in any format of cricket. Right? And the best example for mastering technique from our academy is sitting right here. Simon Kumala. Right? He's a technical player. I don't know if you know, but obviously yours doesn't take aspect yet. But ODI, Centurion. T20, Centurion. On debut, T20 International 50. Against Netherlands in this World Cup, 75. He adjusts and adapts because he's technically strong. And he started a journey just like you. So if you get your technique right, playing will be alright. Yeah, it's a rough outfield here. You will not get runs, but you will cash in on that technical data. So a good message, right, from Balu Sandhu sir. Balu Sandhu sir still visits us once every year. Okay? So next time he's in town, I'll let you know. Ajit Tendulkar came and did a summer camp the following season. He's also a coach. Back then we didn't have full-time coaches. We were flying people in from India. And at that time, he was saying, wow, now we have our two teams. And he saw the wicket we were playing on. And it was on loan to us from CLNJ. It's called Johnson Park 3. There's actually a tree in the middle of the ground. And he said, this is not going to work, guys. Like, if you want to play at a high level, you need a better ground. And I told him, this is literally a promise I made to Ajit. I said, I will build a field. And he said, the other day I saw a Dream Cricket is trying to get one of the grounds where they can start outdoor activity, which is Johnson Park. And that will be a good step for them. And then we tried to see if we could do something at Amber Valley Cricket Club, which was a golf course. But that didn't pan out. So from 2010, now we're 2026, 16 years later, that promise came true. That's how long it took. So that's how it started. And Coach Earl Bailey, who now coaches at Titans as of this year, he was our coach starting 2010 to now, to 2025. 15 years of his life he gave to cricket. He was a full-time employee at the time, and he would come and give us 3-4 hours of his time. And slowly but surely, the group of kids that started playing, they were starting to get better. Okay, so this is our first full-time coaches, Coach Earl Daly, Coach Malika Daly, Coach Lyndon Frazier, and Coach Damon Morgan, who acquired something. You might see him acquiring today. These were our full-time coaches. We were doing camps a lot. We do free summer camps, hoping to get more kids to play. And that's how that all got going. The following year, this is crazy. That's Simon Kumala right there. Our first annual event. Okay, he's sitting just like you kids here. And he was the best batter at that 2013. We said we should actually, how do you give these kids practice? If all they do is indoor cricket, like how do you actually get match aware? So we went to the Cricket League of New Jersey, and we requested them to allow these kids, literally that age, to play in the senior league. And it's a huge risk for the senior league. But we convinced them that we'll have 2 chaperone players who are adults. And on that condition, and that nobody will be feeling close in. And we extracted all these special privileges from CLNJ in 2012, winter, and so 2013 was the season. And until today, now we are in 2026, they have abided by that promise. So, yes, adult leagues may not actually be involved in youth development, but they have been supportive for as long as that. We're talking 13 years of constant support. And even today, they give us their grounds. We don't have a single ground of our own in the adult leagues. They provide us with a ground in the adult leagues. And we have only 5 teams in the adult leagues. Okay? So that continues to today. So we started, these are our first organized games. We started in 2012 playing adult league cricket. And as you might expect, we finished at the bottom of the pack. 12 out of 16 in Division D of CLNJ, the lowest division. And guess why there are 14 below us? Because they forfeited the games. We played every game. So just by showing up, we finished 12 out of 16. Sai at 11 was keeping wickets for the adult team when we fielded. He was a wicket keeper. Slowly but surely, I mean, the idea is not to bore you with the details, but you can see how each year we went from like 12th to 13th out of 18, which is actually better than 12 out of 16. Then by 2015, we played well enough to move to Division C, and we finished 6th. Then by 2016, we actually made playoffs in Division C, so we got a seat at Division B. Then we finished 5th in Division B. 2018, we lost only 1 game in Division B, so that pushed us to Division A. And after that, we've been in Premier Division. So we finished top of the pack in Division A, moved to Premier Division. In Premier Division, obviously, here's a little anecdote. Our top players, they have international commitments. So every year we kind of struggle to field teams in the top division. We go up and down. But the leagues again, including Prasad, who is the president of Millennium Cricket League, the leagues support us by finding us a Premier Division access year after year. Even if we lose it, we don't intend to lose it. But if we were to lose it, they are our safety. They will push us back into Premier Division. So every year since 2019, we've been in Premier Division. 2020. Cool. Now we start the celebrations. Okay. So that's our history. We've come a long way, as you can tell. 2013, we started what is the predecessor of NICA. As I said, it was only a weekend tournament. And after 2013, we had on a cadence, some games. I used to actually organize those games. And then over time, it became USCL and then NICA. During that period, we also started travel. We did a lot of travel from 2012 on. I'm the founder of what is called NYCL, National Youth Cricket League. I also founded what is called AMLCA. And we did a lot of cool things since then. These are the 6 players who are currently on the US team from the academy. And let's do a quiz at this stage. If somebody can name all 6 players, all 6. Okay? Hey, how can we can't compress this? Okay, let's see. Who's going to take the first shot? First shot, go for it. Tell me. Yeah. Jasdeep Singh. Harbin Singh, no, you're done. What's your name? Huh? Art. Not Harbin Singh. Harbin Singh is not from our academy. Who are the 6 players from our academy on the US team today? Who wants to go next? Who wants to go next? Okay. Coach Daly, no. The current US team. Okay. Jasdeep Singh, Sai Teja Mukamala, Disha, Aditi, Bhakti, Coach Steve. Yes, you got that right. Okay. That's awesome. Okay. So now there's a bonus point if you get the 7th player who made USA under 19 team.
Hasini.
No, it's not Ray Ramaratan. He did back in the day, but the current team. Yeah. Yeah. Hasini Karthikeyan, yes. So I don't know if it comes as a surprise to you, but let me break the surprise. We are the only academy in the country that has 7 players on national team. No other academy comes close. So huge round of applause one more time for the kids who made the national team. Okay? And the point of this is, they started just like you, many of them. Jesse Singh started like you at our academy when there were no teams at all whatsoever. Alright? Because he predates Sai by about 10 or 15 years in cricket. He used to come in 2007 to our original academy. Cool. Now we celebrate the 3 cricketers from the academy who made MLC. Who wants to? You can name them, let's see. Names. Yes. So those are the 3. And guess what? The number 1 draft pick last year was Jesse Singh. Right? Guys in the back, come down. So big round of applause for the 3 who made MLC. Now we get to MILC, minor league. Okay? So there are only 2 academies here in these parts that actually are affiliated with a minor league team. Guys, calm down. You get your chance. There will be a quiz. Okay. So only 2 academies, which are Red Max and Red Cricket, of course. Right? They own the Yorkers team and we own the Stallions team. But which academy has made playoffs every year since minor league was founded? Us. Every year. That was not a quiz question. Sorry. You raise your hands. Cool. Now, we're going to celebrate folks from our academy who are in our minor league team on the Stallions. No applause until I finish listing them. Jesse Singh, Sai, Stephen, Anirudh Emmanuel, Arjun Vajala, Kavin Govindaraju, Samarth Tiwari, and Rohit Vajala. Okay? So we've had, how many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 players are either coaches at our academy or were coached at the academy. Okay? And that's pretty wild. And for I think it's the first time, right, Prasad? First time that we were undefeated in the regular season. We were the only team that was undefeated in the regular season. 10-0 all the way to the top. Okay, so that's the minor league. So we covered the major league, we covered the minor league. Why do I keep looking to Prasad, you think? Does anyone know what Prasad does? He manages the Stallions team. Okay? So if you're nice to him, he will come and watch your game. Because he's also a talent scout. Now we're going to celebrate all of the. So here's a little trivia for you. We were the first academy. In fact, rules of cricket in the US were not written considering girls in mind. Okay? We were the first team in CLNJ to field a co-ed team, and that and then we started to think about cricket in a more serious way for girls. And otherwise girls were not playing cricket, right? And slowly but surely, the first two girls came and joined us. Who were the first two girls that joined us, you think? Who knows? Not Disha, Aditi, not Aparna, no, not Lasya. Aditi is, yeah, which one? Okay, it was Aditi and Atoshi. Okay? Atoshi came to watch her brother play and she got interested in cricket. And literally she was doing art on the boundary, but a ball came in her direction as she was doing art outside the boundary. And when the ball came to her, she threw the ball and it reached the keeper. And I said, why are you not inside? And so we fielded her. I remember this. We sent it to field, sent her in, she was wearing her pink shoes or whatever. But guess what she does now? She plays for Baroda in India. Yeah. Huge round of applause for her. And you will see her play for India soon. Right? I'm pretty certain of that. And then there's this other girl, Aditi, who I call my daughter. And you know Aditi Chudasana. Hugely proud of her because she's the captain of Team USA Women. Okay? The youngest captain of our women's team. And it's an international team. And she's studying right now in London, in UK. Yeah. So, who are the girls that made the national championship for under 19? So under 19 is called regionals. Aditi, of course, Disha, Hashini, Bhakti, Saumya Chivale, Simran Manhas, Anushka Kasole, Anushri Vijay Kumar, and Kavya Vepale. So, big round of applause for a girl who made the regional team. Under 19 team. Okay? And then there are other girls who made the zonal team. And those girls are here now to do their special presentation. But first, we'll do the round of applause for them. Sandana, Charu, Riya, and Vaishnavi. Step up. Okay, so guys, let me tell you something about cricket. Cricket is expensive as hell. We all know this. Okay? And I've always told the boys, and many years ago, I don't know how long ago, we went on a tour to Jamaica. And we asked the boys to do a fundraiser. And Indian kids, this is actually a message for parents, every other sport like baseball, Little League, they do fundraisers. Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts, they sell cookies. This country runs on community spirit. If you want to raise funds, there's absolutely nothing awkward about going out and saying, hey, I'm raising money for my cricket. Here's a cricket ball. Normally sells for $12. But if you give me $20, $8 will go towards my cricket. Nothing wrong with it. Zero stigma attached to that. However, Indian kids are not raised to do that. Indian kids go ask their parents just write a check. Which is fine, nothing wrong with it. But I'm saying, if you want your kids to step out of that comfort zone, please encourage them to do what these girls are doing today. They're making a pitch today. Okay? And girls, as always, lead the way. So off you go, girls.
Hello everyone. You guys might already know who we are, but if you don't, that's Netra, Riya, Vaishnavi, and Sonju. So today we're gonna talk to you about franchising guidance. And so here's what's happening.
So here's some of our recent successes lately. We played a recent tournament in Houston, and we made it to runners-up through run rate. And we also had some key performers in the tournament, including best bowler, best keeper, and best batter. And in Virginia, also a recent tournament, we had made it to runners-up. While we have a bunch of our key players making it to U19 and U15 nationals, something that's been holding us back from taking our young players to the next stage is not being able to have a franchise. We're all having to be drafted separately, which doesn't let our younger participants participate because only the people known are getting drafted. So we need more funds and help to take us to the franchise levels. Okay, to start off, I'm going to be talking about a very special guy who has inspired us throughout our journey and devoted a lot of special time for us, the one and only Venu Uncle. Back in 2012, he started our first girls program. In addition to that, he has allowed free Monday girls sessions and made women's cricket way bigger in the U.S. Dream Cricket is one of the only academies with an all-girls team. In addition to that, Venu Uncle has also hosted a Cricket for Cure awareness, which has helped a lot of patients by hosting a girls versus boys match by raising money. So hats off to him.
Thank you so much, Venu Uncle. Obviously, Venu Uncle cannot do all this alone, so we have the support from all of our coaches, including Coach Preetham, Coach Rohit, Coach Addy, Coach Dixon, Coach newly we have Coach Indra, and obviously Coach Shrikant.
We also have Coach Summer.
In addition to that, we have Janko, who supports us so much. Thank you so much, Janko. And all of our girls' travels wouldn't be possible without Karthik Koko, who manages everything for us, especially on and off the field, from water and food to jerseys and what we want for dinner. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, all of you guys, but we still need the help from all of you guys to help raise money so we can host more tournaments and travel more.
So while we're not asking you all to donate money or anything that will help us get sponsors, anything that we can do to get what we need, we'd really love to hear whatever tips that you guys have or suggestions that could help us out. Thank you so much.
To end off, we want to thank all of you, and especially Venu Uncle, Janko, and all of our coaches. Thank you.
Guys, so I know that it's hard enough for you to actually, bring your kids to cricket, but it's harder still for women because there are no girls tournaments in New Jersey in each age group. We do have a women's tournament, Urmi standing in the back. She started a tournament here in New Jersey after 15 years. Her daughter actually aged out of all youth cricket before the first girls tournament could be played in New Jersey. Because that is the lay of the land. And these girls have to travel a lot. And it costs them a bomb, like $50,000, $60,000 a year to play their cricket. It doesn't come easy. And so, why is this all important? And how can you help? Every company, if you went and said, we need money for cricket, they will not give you a dime. But if you say there's a girls team, they might give you some money. Okay? Girls are very special in that sense. Girls cricket especially resonates very hard. In the US, I don't know if you know, but National Collegiate Cricket Association, NCCA, the first initiative that they want to support in cricket is not men's cricket, it's girls cricket. because men's sport is so saturated. Okay, all the money is going to football and basketball. They don't have money to give out to other sports. But for girls, there's only one other bat and ball sport in this country, which is that softball. That's it. So if you went and said there's another bat and ball sport, it's a team sport, it makes women better players and athletes, they will support it. Please go out to your companies. You see all these logos, guys? All these logos on the shirts? Where are the sponsors? You know who these sponsors are? My previous employer, my current employer, right here somewhere. These are all my former employers and my friends' companies. All of you have networks. Where are these sponsors? Why is it only my company, my friends, my entire resume is on this shirt? It's sad, right? So I request you, not because we won't support them. I'm sure Karthik will figure out a way to send them to tournaments. But with your help, they can do better. So please take that away for what it's worth.
Sorry for leaving this out, but we also want to thank Armiyanti for hosting a tournament. Thank you for giving that opportunity for all our girls.
Yes. Cool. Girls, thanks a lot. Thanks for doing it. Of course, boys, you should do the same. Every tour, if you ever go on tour, every tour, here's what I will tell you, okay? You can go on your family WhatsApp groups or your community WhatsApp groups and say, I'm going on tour to North Carolina. The cost of this is $800. Would you be able to help me raise money? I'm selling cricket balls for $20. You know how cool? People find cricket balls really cool. Most of your relatives and friends, they have not seen a new cricket ball ever, even if they played in India. If you tell them it's $20, they will buy it from you. Jay Uncle will give you a box. You can sell cricket balls. $20, mark it up by how much ever, right? $30, who cares? They will give it to you because it's cost of 4 coffees. And you raise, before you know it, you raise $200, okay? So think about it like that. Don't be shy. This country is not for shy people. You want to be founder class. You want to do stuff. Take the lead, take initiative. All right, that's it. That's all I will say to that. Thank you, girls, for showing the way. Now we get to men's, okay? The boys from Dream Cricket who went to zonals and nationals are Ishan Amitan, Brijesh Ishwar, Kavin Govindaraju, who's standing right there. Kavin, stand up. Abhi Valala also made it to the nationals. Rohit Vajala and Vidit Suresh. These are what, how many now? 5 kids, 5 players. Did I get that wrong? 6? Yeah, sorry, I can't count. Kavin, come here, please. Come here, let's do this. You want to work your mic? Can you hear us? That's it. Good. Hello? Okay, Kavin. Every year, like now it's like we've been doing this for 16 years now. One batch graduates. Okay? And every cohort that graduates, including my own son, by the way, my son was a Dream Cricket kid, went off to college, and now he's the captain of his college cricket team. It's called Georgetown University Cricket Club. And they take this with them. It's a life journey for them. You know, there's zero stigma. He plays cricket and he enjoys it. And when India played Pakistan or India played USA, he organized viewing at his university, Georgetown University. And the auditorium was full, packed. And they raised money for the cricket club by selling tickets to that viewing. Right? So this is a lifelong journey. These kids, they grow up together, they go to each other's Upanayanams, thread ceremonies, right? Some people have got married, and their best men were their teammates from Dream Cricket. All of this has happened. You will see the same in your lifetime with your kids. And on that note, I want to bring it to Kavin. Kavin, without any hesitation, and our coaches will agree, was our best national prospect last year. U19. Okay? However, 2 weeks, was it 2 weeks before the tryouts? 2 weeks before the national tryouts, he suffered an Achilles ankle sprain. Might close up.
Yeah.
He got an ankle sprain. And USA Cricket is a strange body. Okay? They allowed him to play 2 games. And in those 2 games, he got a century.
Yeah, 149.
149. After that, they did a yo-yo test on him. And his ankle sprain would not allow him to do a yo-yo. And he got disqualified after that. He did not make the US team. Easily, he would have been USA under 19 wicketkeeper if, that injury had not occurred. So there are a lot of lessons there. One is, injury is integral to sport. It will cause disappointments, but it will also make you tougher and stronger. Kavin, tell them what you're doing now in college.
So recently I was just able to start the first cricket club at my college in upstate New York. So we just made the constitution. We got, I think, around 30 to 40 people to join the club. And now I have to go create a funding proposal and find grounds. But I think by next year we will be able to join the Collegiate Cricket League and start playing games against other colleges around the country.
Awesome. Tell me, what are you studying? What are you studying in college? What's your major?
Right now I'm doing economics with a minor in business management. And right now I'm in part of a pre-law program where I'm going to do 3 years at the Hobart William Smith, the college I'm going to right now, and then 3 years at Cornell Law.
So, congratulations. So he's going to be a lawyer from an Ivy League school in 6 years. And that's record time if you know how long it takes to be a lawyer in this country. Congratulations. This kid, if you ever have any reservations about how you can balance academics with cricket, all you have to do is call him. He used to do his homework in between overs or in between practice sessions. But he was there 6 hours a day.
Yeah.
It takes 6 hours to practice, and yet he made it to Cornell. So think about it, it's doable. Thank you. Okay, so like I said, the objective of this is to show you what's possible. All of this is not what, all of them will not beat all of these people, but they will all accomplish something through their cricket. And that's the point of this exercise. Okay? Cool. Yes, Aparna, who I found out is also, she's an alumna of Dream Cricket. She made the national team as well, regional team as well. So, the 4 girls who made U15 girls nationals, you saw them a little while ago, so I won't call them up again. But that's Sanjana, Charu, Ria, and Vaishnavi. They made the nationals. And as they said, Urmi, please come here. Urmi, come here, please. Urmi is shy. Urmi's daughter is the captain of the national women's team. Big round of applause for Urmi. So here you go. So Aditi has gone off to college in the UK, but Urmi is the women's coordinator for our hub, our NICA. And she started the first women's tournament in New Jersey. So, tell me, what are the plans for this year?
So this year we are planning to do probably 2 tournaments. Last was our first tournament, and we had 4 teams. So this year we will do 2, one in the summer and one in the winter.
Cool. And
And this was all sponsored. So
yeah,
we're still looking for more sponsors.
we need more sponsors for that tournament. There are a lot of things that require sponsorship. One more question for you. Obviously, Aditi is off doing her things, and you still want to volunteer your time. Why do you do that?
I love cricket, especially women's cricket.
Awesome. So, thank you. Urmi brought Aditi and Dev to me like what, 15 years? Something like that?
Yeah, they were 6, I think they were 9.
Oh wow, 6, so it's been 10 years. Cool. So, 10 years, and she's volunteered practically every weekend in the last 10 years. And her husband, Indra, is standing right there. Big round of applause for Coach Indra. Coach Indra. Yeah, her socializing cricket. So, here's why I asked for me to step forward, okay? So, sooner or later, you parents will be sending your kids off to play league cricket, right? And there will be a lot to complain about in league cricket. You can complain all you want, or you can be part of the solution. And Urmi and Indra, what's going on, guys? What are you doing? So, you can complain or you can be part of the solution. And the only way cricket's propelling forward is through volunteerism. Okay? And volunteers like Urmi, they can work for the longest time. She worked just weekend matches, helping out, scoring, things like that. But then she went to the board level. Now she is on the board. And you will complain a lot about board decisions too. But when you have Dream Cricket people on the board, right, that helps us. Because they can help shape the league in the way that we think is right and you all think is right. So she's the only representative until this year on the board. Now we have one more person. So we have 2 representatives on board. And you will give me a lot of feedback on the league. And ultimately, she is the one that is our voice on the board. And so for that, we thank you. Thanks a lot. Cool. So that's the National Women's Tournament. Best batter. So can you believe that in the first, not the National, the NICA Women's Tournament? All 3 awards, except the best fielder, all the 3 top awards went to Dream Cricket players. So, big round of applause for that. U15 Nationals. 5 kids from our academy made the U15 Nationals. You know who they are. Big round of applause for those 5 kids. I don't think there's another academy anywhere in the US that has had 5 kids from their academy at the Nationals. Okay? We are the only one. Okay? Only one. Now, what you will find interesting is it takes that long for your kids to shine. Don't expect miracles when they are under 11. It will take time. Many of the players you see on this list were not even playing cricket at 11. Okay? So just because they're playing cricket, you shouldn't expect anything magical. It will take time and effort and technique. Cool. Where are we? U15 Nationals? Big one, right? What's happening? Cool. U15 in the league, okay? These are folks from our academy who made best batter, best bowlers, best keeper, and best fielder. So that's pretty impressive. 4 kids from Green Cricket. Big round of applause for that too. Now we get the U13 zonals. Any of these kids here today? Come here. Hey, can we get Letitia's award, please? Sai, can you present the award? Now we get into their age group, so we got to get their awards up. This is for making the zonal team for U13, right? Awesome. Okay, now let's start. Pick up, yeah, there you go. I'm going to ask you a question. Now, how did you go at the zonals? What did you do there? And did you get a lot of runs? How many wickets did you get?
13, 14.
13 or 14 wickets in the zonals? Oh, big round of applause. What's your best bowling tally? 3 for 20 against what team? Yellow. And you played on blue? Purple. Awesome. 3 for 20 in the zonals. Well done. One more picture, people. Solid. Awesome. Thank you. Let's get this. And in the league, again, we got a bunch of awards for U13. Anyone here from that group? No, right? Nobody. U11. Now we get to the. All right. Okay. Obviously, only the guys who were 10-year-olds last year are still here. Step forward if you're here. Let's start with Rayans. He's not here. Wade, come right next to me, Wade. Okay, stand right here. Arjun, there's Arjun. Arjun, stand right there. And is Sabir here? No, Sabir's not here. Cool. Okay, the microphone. You made it to zonals? Your name's not on this? How did that happen? Giria. What's your name? Pranam. Chakravarti, right? Yeah. Cool. Anyone else whose names are missing? Wait, that's crazy. Did you age out from you? Oh, that's probably one. Okay, stand right there. Look at the people. Look at that. Okay, let's get the awards out. Let's start with Wade. So cool. Congratulations, Wade. Thank you. Next is Arjun. Guys, one thing I'll request you is if your names are misspelled or if your name's missing, don't worry, we'll get it corrected, okay? We are horrible at Indian names. Spelling them. Do we have the award for Arjun Venkatramana? Cool. What happened? What are we doing wrong here? Nothing? Okay. Next is, Pranav Chakravarti, whose name was missing on the sheet that was given to me as well. Pranav. What was his name? So we got something right here. Let's get the medal as well. Is there a medal for him too? No. Okay. Pranav will fix that. Cool. Thank you. Congratulations. And before you leave, let's do this quick round of interviews. How about that? Here, pick it up. Right, guys? Okay. What did you do at the zonals? And how did you get wickets? Couple, and when did you bat? Got some runs? How many? Highest score? 21? Not bad at all. Pretty solid, right? Good experience overall? What's different between Division A and zonals? More competitive, right? And better grounds, perhaps? Okay, cool. Let's hear from Arjun. Give the mic to him. Arjun, how did your zonals go? Yeah, you can go. And how did the batting go? You got a 50? What are you doing? Not bad at all. How many balls? 50 of 35 balls. Was it a small boundary or regular boundary? The ground was a little small, but the outfield was better. Cool. Did you hit any sixes? You got a six. Felt good? Get it in your dreams? Sometimes? Awesome. Yeah. We all know this, right? When you hit that six, it comes back in your dreams all the time. Cool. Come here, Blake. What's going on? What did you do at the zonals? You bowled and batted. And tell us a little bit about the highlights. 2 wickets in a game. So you enjoyed it? And you still have one more year in U11? 2 more years in U11. Well, I take back what I said about don't expect miracles at U11, but like this kid's on to something here. Well done. Wait, Arjun and Pranav, you're aged out. Arjun, you're aged out? Okay. That's okay. U13 is waiting for you, my friend. Cool. Now we get to U11 Team Awards. So let's get all these people back here. Zavir is not here. Anvit, Sachin Arvind, Kritik Kollu, Rohit Ananthan, Kritik Kollu again, of course. Pranav. Who's the keeper? What did he get the award for? Hey guys, who's the coach of Thunder? Coach Preetham, come here please. Huh? Coach Malan, okay. We'll fix, whatever is wrong we'll fix, but that's... First, let's get the names, all of the names. Did I get all the names? Okay. These are the folks who are here, right? Where are the rest? They ranged out, I'm guessing. So let's start with Kritik. Come here. Anvit. He's not here. Sachin. Sachin, you stay. Yeah, you stay right next to him. That's good. Is Rohit here? Yes. Pranav is right here. Neil Nayak, is he here? Went to a different team? Which one? Okay, that's good. Wade? Good, what? You need a special invite? Okay. Bhavdeep Sai? Okay. Bhavdeep, you were not the best keeper? Then why did you get an award for keeping? Okay, Saket Prayag. Yeah. Okay. Okay, let's do this. Let's do a popular choice award. Who was the keeper on Thunder's team? Neil? And he's not here. Were you a keeper? Why do you raise your hand? Okay. Did we switch the keeper with the batter perhaps? No? Neil was the best batter. Okay. However, Babli, you still get an award. So let's get the awards out. Okay, we're starting with Anvil, right? Huh? Kritik. Now I will remember the names. It's so hard for me to remember names. I'm getting old. Congratulations. Okay, but a couple of awards. You were batter, best batter, and keeper. Oh wow. Let's do an interview. That merits an interview. Were you also the best keeper in the league? No. Okay. Tell me, how many runs did you score in the season?
I don't know the season, but like, I know it's
150? Oh, 50. 50 runs. 53 or 57. Did it feel good? Cool. And did you get any ducks? No ducks. You don't remember the ducks. He does remember you probably did. Okay. Ducks are better for garden, right? Yeah. But the 50s you'll remember. Is that your first 50 ever? When did you get your first one? Oh, in the Premier League. Awesome. Well, congratulations. Many more 50s and 100s in store for you. Let's go to the next guy. Next guy is Rohit. Sachin. I keep forgetting. All right, Sachin. Let's see. Wow, how many catches did you get? 4 catches in one game? No, right? Okay. That's pretty good fielding though. Right? What do you do? Do you do anything special? Wow. Was there a dive involved in any of the catches? No? They just came to you and you caught them, that's it? Like Velcro? That's good. A lot of people drop those too, right? Yeah. I hope we get better there. But well done. Do we have an award for him? Let's go. Let's give him the award. Super good. Cool. And you are, let me remember your name, Rohit, right? Yeah. Rohit. And you were the best bowler for Tornadoes. And you still have 1 more year? Yeah? How many wickets did you get? You don't remember how many wickets you got? Close the door. Mic goes right there. It's stuck to your chin. And what's your best? 3 for 10? The poor opponents. You just bulldoze them. What do you bowl? Off spin? Cool. That's awesome. Great. There's a bowler on the Stallions team who's really good. You know who that is? No. Who's the off spinner on our team? Sachin, right? No? Yeah, Sachin. Yeah. Cool. Well done. Let's give him the Pranab. We already interviewed you, but where's your award? Let's give him the award. Congratulations, Rohit. Cool. Pranab got his award, but you got your award, and we already interviewed you, Mr. Celebrity. So let's pass it. Well, you also got your award, and you also got interviewed. So now let's talk to, what's your name? Babli, come here, yo. Sorry, I'm like Gen Z. Cool. So you were not the best keeper, you said.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I was mostly a bowler.
Uh-huh.
I didn't get to bat much, but I got somewhere to 6 to 10 wickets.
You got 6 to 10. Some wide range like that. Well done. You know, you always think, when my father asked me how many marks I would get in math, I would say 40 to 100. It always works. So, well done. Did you have a good season though?
Yeah, I had fun playing. I really enjoyed my team. I also had a lot of friends with the movies.
Awesome. You're spending a lot of time with your friends. Well done. And how's the studies going?
Pretty good. I'm really good at math.
You're good at math. Okay. Awesome, man. Well done. Over to Saket, right?
Yes.
Come on over. Oh yeah, we haven't given you the award. Well done. There's a bat and ball on it. Okay. Calm down, people. Calm down. Saket, first year at Drake Cricket, right?
Yeah.
First year.
I've been here for like 2 years.
But first year in the league, 1.5 years, first full year, and you were the best fielder,
Yeah.
and you bowled well too, I remember.
Yeah.
You got like a 4-wicket haul sometime?
I think that's
You got a 3-wicket haul. You liked it? You had a good day? Did your dad buy you ice cream or something, or just did some pujas and that's it?
Did not get the ice cream.
I think that at least merits something, right? Okay, we have to fix that. Where is Saket's dad? He's outside? Okay. We're gonna get you ice cream, okay, one of these days. Well done. Good first season. You're gonna kill it next year. Alright? Oh, great. I've been warned to keep it clean. Awesome. So that's the U11 Awards. And is other than Litesh, is there, oh, Ria is here, Vaishnavi is here. You know what, guys? Are you coming back tomorrow? Right? You are coming back tomorrow. So we'll give you your awards tomorrow for your okay? Right? You coming back tomorrow? If anybody that's on this list is not coming tomorrow, stand up. Not coming tomorrow, stand up. Come here. Kushan. Wow, there's a lot of you. Okay, and we need to do this today. Well, if your name is on the list, just come here. Let's do this today. Come on over. Come forward. If your name's on this list, come here. So now we'll go over. I'm going to start. Kushan, stay right there. Is Ritesh here? Ritesh, come here. Awesome. Is Rehan here? No. Arpan, not here. Agastya. Well, Ritesh. Where's Ritesh? Oh, yeah, we got you. Agastya, Arnav, not here. Rajveer, not here. Kushan, you're next, so that's good. Ria, where are you? Go next to Kushan. Okay. We got Vaishu, next is Ria. Is Soumya here? Okay, is Vaishu, you got 2 awards? Come on, man. Okay, is Savir here? No? Savir? Nair? No? Agastya Praveen here? Varat Bhosle? Shravan Perumala? Savir Puranik? Rohit Anantan? You're next. Okay. Kritik Kolu and Arjun Venkataraman. We got them all. I hope we have all of their awards. Sai, come here. He already got the award. Do we have one more for him? Okay. Well, first round of applause then, because he already got the award. Thank you. Okay, we have his award. Kushan. Yeah. Kushan. This doesn't. So cool. All right, there's your mic. Get the mic. Gotta do an interview, man. All right. How was your season, my friend? Yeah, what did you do?
I mainly bowled.
Yeah, mainly bowled. How many wickets? You don't remember? You remember best tally? 3 for 20 or something? Okay. But you had a good season? Been enjoying? You started very early. How old were you when you started?
Maybe 6,
6, and how old are you now?
12.
Oh, you made that? Oh, wow. You looking forward to U13? Go kill it there. I think you won an award in U13 as well. Huh? Go find out. Cool. Thank you. Congratulations. Ria. What's up, Ria? What did you get the award for? Best batter? Oh, I thought you were maybe a bowler. Stop bowling? You still bowl? Mike Closer. Cool. So, tell me, highest score? 62 against whom? Girls? There's no other girls team. Yeah? 49 against whom? Oh, the boys. Against the boys. Did you win? Or you still lost? Oh man. Did you beat a lot of boys teams? The girls? A few? By the way, this is an all-girls team, the Dragons. Okay? And how many games did you win this year? 4. So they constantly go out and beat the boys. Okay, that's what they do. And the boys actually get very emotional about this, and they cry a lot because the girls are beating them, and it's pretty embarrassing for them. So congratulations, Ria. Well done. Vaish, you got. Oh yeah, let's give you the award. Hand the mic to her. So cool. Why she got 2 awards? How come? Why 2? Can you not let others win awards, please? How long ago did you move to New Jersey? 3 years ago. Did you think there would be cricket in New Jersey when you moved? You did not like cricket at all. What did you play? Nice, calm down in the back. What did you play before you played cricket? Badminton, close up. And why did you not like cricket? Your dad played for the state. But now you like it? Why is that? What changed?
I think in India there were when I used to go, there were no girls that played. But then when I came here, there were a lot of girls and doing cricket and yeah.
Oh wow, I feel good about this. That's the best thing I heard today. In India, there were not a lot of girls. In dream cricket, there are more girls. The density is high here. Now we can make 3 girls teams. Okay? Yeah, it's crazy. If we had the ground, we would. Thank you, Maishu. Take your awards. So cool. All right, Rohit. We already interviewed you, dude. All right. Let's see if you raise your award. You left it out there. You put it out there. All right. Well done. You as well. Well done. And just and you as well. Oh, we found Rohit's other award. Cool. Well done. Okay, we're getting to the last stage. Okay? Calm down. So, guys, you should be prouder of this slide than any other slide before this. Okay? Many years ago, there was a cricket mom who we saw at the grounds all the time, and she had cancer. And her son suggested that we do an awareness program for breast cancer, and we started Cricket for a Cure game. I think it's the first girls cricket game in these parts, and it was done for charity. So a girls team would play a guys team, and that became the vehicle to raise funds. And every year we've raised $5,000 or more. Last year, sadly, the turnout was not huge, and despite that, we raised $3,500, which you get matching, so it doubles to $7,000. I think in the many years that we've had this, we've raised about $100,000 for a variety of charities, and we are very unique in that sense. I feel very strongly that when we go to our townships and ask for grounds, but we do nothing in return for the communities, we will not get those grounds. We have to do something for the communities, because otherwise we just become these entitled brats. Okay? And this is our way of expressing thanks to the communities that support us by giving us grants. Most of the recipients of our charity dollars are actually community initiatives like Franklin Food Bank, South Brunswick Food Pantry, Sister to Sister. These are all like local to Somerset and South Brunswick. And this gives us, not the right, but at least a seat at the table when we go on townships and we say, we do a lot for your township. Okay? So that's why I bring it up. Thank you for your support of our Cricket for a Cure. Thanks a lot. Yeah. Yeah, sure. Come in. You're leaving tomorrow? Come on. Let's do your award today. Sign. Cool. Congrats, Kavin. Thank you. All right. So now we go into what is coming up for this season. Okay? Any parents outside, please come in, because this is the business end of things. All right. So here's how we structure our teams, folks. There are other academies in the region. Okay? The way we construct teams is different from how other academies construct teams. We construct teams to optimize for opportunity. However, that doesn't mean that cricket is fair in an opportunistic sense. Obviously, there's a batting order, and we can't keep rotating the batting order. We can't keep changing the people that open. We can't keep changing the people that... We have to stick to some rhythm. And yet, we do track. The coaches have a spreadsheet, and they track who got what opportunities. We all know this. If somebody got sent up, and they got a duck, should we give them another chance, or should we bring them down? The coaches might give them another chance, but 2 times or 3 times, there's a pattern. The kid is like not availing that opportunity. Sooner or later, some rotation will happen. That is how cricket is. Cricket is a fundamentally unfair game. If you get an opportunity and you don't utilize it, you get penalized, right? So while we construct teams to keep everything balanced, which is why we have 5 kids that went all the way to the nationals in U15. Why do you think that happens? When we have 4 U15 Division A teams, we balance our best players across 4 teams. That's what I mean by balance. So we spread our best players across teams so that they all get a chance to shine. But within the context of a game, they may or may not shine. Right? We try to engineer an outcome, but that might not be possible. So most of the grievances I get are, well, my son had 2 bad days and now he's no longer batting at the top. And my answer to that is, there are 14 other players. What do we do there, right? So these are challenges that we have to face. And what is the alternative? The alternative is, if you want social opportunity cricket, bring them to Division B. Okay? Division B is a little more forgiving. We rotate mandatorily the players, right? So, because U11, there necessarily many of them are all-rounders. we actually have a little more leeway in Division B. Division A, we don't take chances like that. Division B, if the guy did not bowl this time, like next time we'll bring him in to bowl. Okay? Because everybody bowls in under 11. In Division B, we can do that. But in Division A, the top division, if the kid bowled this year, this game, and he got his quota of 3 overs maybe, that doesn't mean next game he will not get his quota of 3 overs. Because how else are you going to give the kid chances repeatedly so that he can prove himself or she can prove herself? Right? So that is the difference between Division A and Division B. Division B, little more rotation, little more like social opportunity cricket or communist variety cricket. Everybody will keep going. Okay? Now, generally, Division B is for people who are like younger in the U11 age group. That's what it's supposed to be. But every once in a while, there's going to be a kid like that 8-year-old who has 2 more years in under 11 who's already won 2 awards today. That's going to happen. Is that way? Yeah. That's going to happen. Yeah? 9. Okay, 9. Okay, guys, my math is off. But you get the drift. You get the drift, right? Cricket is fundamentally not a fair game. If it was fair, all 11 would bat. All 11 would bowl. It's not like that. We try to balance. So just wanted to put that out of the way. Second, the difference between other academies and us, like I said, first is we spread our best players across teams. Second is we do not win at all costs. We emphasize on community spirit, but also the spirit of the game. If I hear, and coaches, I know the game is changing fast, but life is not about winning and losing, life is about building character. Okay, cricket will be played this weekend, you might lose a game, but if your character is better after this game, that's what we want. If I hear that somebody monkered, that kid will be benched. Okay? U11 should not be monkering. Monkering? Yeah, come here. Okay. What is monkering? Explain. Okay, grab the mic.
Monkering is like when you're about to bowl and the batsman's taking a start, he's out of the crease, you have a ball there and you just hit the stumps.
Right? So, what is the alternative to monkering? What would you do if you saw it?
Like, it's not fair. You should be having greater sportsmanship and like, you should let the batsman go. And like, if you're focusing on bowling, focus only on that.
Well, this guy is a coach. So, well done. So, the point is, the answer I was expecting from him is, give him a warning. Okay? Warn the non-striker. And if he does it repeatedly, go for it. But at least once, if not twice, warn the player. Okay? And have a conversation with the umpire as well. Right? You say, umpire, I could have umpired him, but I'm not doing it. Because then what will happen? The umpire will look at you kindly, and the next time you step over or you bowl a no ball, he will actually not call it a no ball. The umpires are always looking for good quality, good character. Okay? So umpires also appreciate that. Okay? So my point is cricket spirit, foundational principle. Third or fourth. We will, over a period of time, optimize opportunities for your kids. Alright? It may not happen. You will come and say, well, 3 games my son has not batted. But my request to you is, 3 games do not constitute a career in cricket. There are going to be hundreds of games. 3 games, 2 got washed out, 1 got washed out, 1 game was too one-sided. Things happen like that. This is cricket. Just give it time. In 3-4 years, everything will even itself out, right? Over the course of a season, it might even itself out. Just let them play. And lastly, they get emotional. They're under-level players. Moms and dads, don't get emotional. Your job is to explain to them, not to then take all that stress and dump it on me, okay, or on the coach. That's not acceptable. The job is, come here. Let's say you didn't back for three games at all. Are you better? No, you're bowler. Yeah. Let's say you got only 1 over 3 games in a row, and you're upset, right? You're upset. And what should your parents do? Tell the coach? No. Yeah, they should talk to you. Okay, calm down, people, calm down. That didn't go so well. They should say, it's okay, babe, right? It's okay. Your chances will come. Perhaps when you bowl that 1 over, you bowl a couple of wides. Okay? So then your father should say, or your mother, we will go in the nets, or we'll go to the park, and we'll try to minimize the wides. That's what needs to happen. It's a conversation. Okay? Instead, what happens? What's it? We've had parents beat each other up. It's happened. 2 parents hitting each other has happened at this academy. Okay? A player calling the umpire names has happened at this academy. A player hitting a coach has happened in this academy. A parent hitting the coach has happened in this academy. Today I'm telling you, there's a curtain raiser. If you are that parent or that player, this is not the academy for you. Okay? I hope that's loud and clear. Okay? No arguing with other parents. No arguing with other players. Parents are arguing with other players. Literally happened in Virginia. 2 kids are taking a run. 1 kid ran slow. The other kid got run out. The mother went with a cricket bat and beat up the player, a junior player. The police came in. Should this be happening in junior cricket, guys? No. Okay? So that's what I want to tell you. Okay? Okay. So is that loud and clear? The second most problematic pattern. Yeah, it was the mother. I know, the mother's laughing. The mother took a bat and started hitting the player. Okay, so listen. Another problematic thing that happens a lot is there are other academies here, and it is our view that those parents are unruly. We get really mad when they start cheering their kids or sledging our kids. And the temperature amps up. And at some point, 1 or 2 of our parents will go into their space and start arguing with them. It's happened before? It's happening a lot. Parents, calm down. Okay, meditate. Go into your cars. Don't confront opponents, players, or their parents. Okay? There are actually monetary penalties that the league is imposing now. If we did that. Just remember that. There's going to be financial penalties, point losses. If there's anything at the ground that causes the umpire to lose control of the game, monetary as well as forfeiture, both happening this season. Just remember that. It's happening a lot. For the longest time, our academy was the best behaved academy. We actually got a Spirit of the Game award several years. But more recently, we are copying the worst traits of other academies, and we are ourselves turning into these highly emotional, easily upset creatures. So I want you to take that away. Bullying. Guys, kids, if you are teasing each other, based on their size or performance on the pitch, or their weight, or their skin color, or anything, okay, whatsoever. If you are teasing or bullying or sledging because they're a girl, okay, it happens a lot. Okay, it happens a lot. I had to. By the way, this happened in India. One of our players went into the bathroom of another player when the other player was in the bathroom, became a huge mess, and taunted him. And we had to do mandatory bullying lessons for all of our kids last year. Don't bring it to that stage. Okay? And parents, your kids, if they use bad language, and kids their age have started using bad language these days, I don't know where that's coming from. Mandatory benching. Okay? Mandatory benching. I don't even need to get into like, no, I did not say that. I used some other word. It's not verbality. Okay? This is a U11 player. Got it? U11 players should not be using bad language. If Wade says, I don't know, Pranav used bad language, just say hypothetically, people, hypothetically. Alright? I'm not arbitrating that. I'm just saying, you guys started out, tell me who did what, and then I'm going to bench them. Simple, right? Because you have to learn that lesson right now. No tolerance of bullying and taunting. Marshall Street Park, how many of you have played on Marshall Street Park? You know what? We lost the ground this year. Guess why? Parents were drinking there. Yes. I went to Branchburg Township and had to apologize to them, and it's not fun when you are doing that. Marshall Street gone forever for cricket. All these years, I don't know if you know this, they said only kids can have that ground. You know why? Because they did not expect that there would be unruly behavior on the field when kids were involved. But parents are drinking on a cricket field where their kids are playing. I don't know if it's our team or our opponents, but it does not matter. It's our home ground. It happened, and now we have to suffer the penalty. No smoking, no vaping, no drinking at a cricket field. If I hear that somebody did that, whether it's a player or the parent, they're out. Because I cannot afford to penalize 11 other kids because one parent violated this rule. Please note that. We already covered the last one. We're getting there. Yeah. Forfeit, no forfeiting. Forfeiting is another thing. We forfeited many games last year for two reasons. One reason was that the umpire made a call that we did not agree with. Forfeitures now have a $400 penalty and a point loss for that game and the next game. So totally 4 points will be lost. Got it? So forfeitures, a no-no. No matter what the umpire does, there is a mechanism to sort that out with the umpiring committee. The answer is not to forfeit or to argue with the umpire or to, this happened too, spit at the umpire. It happens. Okay? Not acceptable behavior. Umpires, you don't mess with them. If you're good to them, they're good to you. You're bad with them, you're done. Okay? Remember that. The other reason for forfeiture was because we didn't agree with the ground conditions. Okay? Like, this ground is not playable. Who are you to decide that? It's the umpire's call, right? Now, we might say, well, the opponent forced or put pressure on the umpire. Okay? But it's still the umpire's call. You still have to play. Umpire, if he says it's playable, it's playable. If he says it's not playable, it's not playable. If we think it's because of opponent team pressure, then we would have to deal with it. We would have to complain about the umpire within the umpiring committee. Okay? Additional points. Additional points. U11, all of the U11 players, please know. And please, for the U11 players that are not here, please communicate this with them. That if you don't get selected for a U11 game on Saturday, that means you will come for double wicket game on the next day. Okay? So it doesn't mean that you go the weekend without a game. You will either come for double wicket practice or double wicket game the next day. That way you still play cricket. And like I said, there are going to be 15 people on the roster. 3 people are going to sit out repeatedly. Okay? Every game. That doesn't mean they just enjoy their weekend off. We want them to come the next day on Sunday. So, people say, well, Saturday is U11, Sunday is not U11. But I'm telling you today that you have the option of coming on Sunday. If you don't come on Sunday, that's the worst of the options, which is you're going to sit out for the entire week. So please keep that in mind. Come when you can. Is it possible for a player that's been benched for that game to come and practice pre-game with the team? Absolutely. It's possible. You can come, you can play and practice pre-game. U11 players get very upset now that they have to go after the practice and they cannot play, but life's like that. One other thing, punctuality has suffered a lot with Dream Cricket. Dream Cricket was best known for being the most punctual. Actually, I remember Sai. One time, Sai got penalized for not being on time. And Sai got penalized for not being on time. Okay? Sai, you remember this? It was a big thing. If Sai can get penalized for not being on time, it was a traffic issue or whatever. If you are late, sorry, the game's going to start when it's going to start. Right? Please don't be late. Be on time. Our practices come 1 hour ahead of the game. Okay? Because there's a lot of work before the game. You have to put down the mat sometimes. You have to allocate responsibilities. You have to warm up. Okay? We have to understand whether the outfield is wet or dry. Like if you show up a minute before the toss, are you going to be ready? Kids? Okay. Whose job is it to be there on time? And if your parents are late because they woke up late, whose job is it to wake them up? Yes, it's your job. Don't let them sleep on Saturday past 6 o'clock. Alright? Just kidding. Okay, give them until 7. Alright. One more thing. Calm down. One more thing. Last year we forfeited a bunch of games because the ground was too far. Yeah. When we have 26 teams in the league and 5 of them are in Philly, we had to go to Philly, guys. Right? You can't just say, well, it's in Philly, I want to play those games. We used to have Azam Rehamat. He used to come from Connecticut, Hartford for every game. Aditi used to come from Philly for every game. Okay? Because this was the only place where games happened. Now you only want to play in your backyard? Like, that's not what we are here for. We are here to go and play a game no matter where it's played, as long as the league has scheduled it. Simple. Okay. So we covered that point. Now we got to double wicket. Who are the double wicket kids? Raise your hands. Bunch of you. Lovely. Everybody here started in double wicket, people. Everybody here started in double wicket. Okay? Double wicket is the foundation of all cricket in Dream Cricket. Double wicket is going to be a format it's going to be played in a format that we created, where each pair gets some mandatory balls, mandatory deliveries, and then, that way they all feel like they're part of the game. That's the only social opportunity cricket that we do here. Pure social opportunity cricket. However, our coach's view is, after a few games, we have to have double wicket kids also try out regulation cricket. That way they also get a taste for what it means to lose their wicket, not put a price on their wicket. So, we're going to alternate between pure social opportunity and regulation for the double wicket kids, so that they get a taste for what the next level of cricket looks like, which is U11 league. Just be aware, the double wicket is social opportunity to the best of our abilities. Second, double wicket games will be played pretty late in the day sometimes. I'll tell you why. The format is flexible. It's not scheduled by the league. It's in our control. Some of the grounds are only available at 3 o'clock or 4:30. Okay? And league games will not be played at 3 o'clock or 4:30. You know why? Not enough time? Also because those poor Philadelphia kids at 8 o'clock they have to get back home. Right? Or so league games have to be over by 6 o'clock roughly. Whereas double wicket, you can go on until sunset. So that's why. So double wicket games can happen pretty late, just FYI. That does not mean U11 games won't start at 3 o'clock. Is Shriyan here? No. Oh, Shriyan. Okay, where's your dad? He's in the back? Oh, there you are. So, we are our permit at 3 o'clock? Yeah, 3 o'clock at JMI. And we have a permit that starts at 3 o'clock in Sierra, for example. Those games, even league games can start at 3. So if you tell me we have a party at 7:30 that we have to get to, and I want to take my son away, he's not coming back after that. Okay? This actually happened with one parent. The parent was getting anxious because there was a birthday party to get to, so she started getting into the field of play. Right? Jay remembers this lady. And then she got so anxious that there was a break, and then she took her son away. That's it. We said, okay, go find another academy. Not happening with us. Okay. So those are the foundational principles, people. Grounds. This is more for the parents. We need grounds. Okay. We don't have enough grounds. We have 13 teams, and we have 2.5 grounds. How are we going to play those games? I don't know. Yeah. Because it starts at 3. Or it's only on Saturday and not on Sunday. Okay. So, calm down, people. First of all, it's not your problem. It's yours to solve. Calm down. How do you get grounds in your township? Every township has a portal for Parks and Recreation. There's a form. You can register. If it's an online portal, you can register for the portal. You can see what cricket pitches are there, and you can apply for those pitches. However, if a cricket ground has been used by a league, a senior league, adult league, such as Millennium or Cricket League of New Jersey, there's a non-encroachment policy. Okay? So when you apply for a permit, and it's being used by those two leagues, not the other leagues. I don't particularly have a problem with encroaching other leagues. But those two leagues, we will not encroach. What does that really mean? When you apply for a permit, in the bottom you have to put a note saying, we see these dates are available. We would appreciate a permit as long as CLNJ teams or MCL teams are not using those grounds. Is that fair? Is that clear? That way, they will continue to support us in the adult league where we need 2 grounds. If we encroach on one of their grounds, we need to talk to the rock apparently we encroached, we need to get off, give them those permits so that they can share their best permits or whatever it is. So, just FYI, no encroaching on leagues that support us. Very important. What else can we do to get grounds? Here's a great idea. Okay? And this worked for me. Anytime you go by in your township and there's a baseball field that's not being used, people calm down. People in the back, calm down. If there's a ground that's not being used, and when I say it's not being used at all. That baseball field is overgrown. That's a candidate for conversion to a cricket field. Okay? Just FYI, at least 300 feet diameter. At least 300 feet diameter is what we need. If we can find that, we should go to the township and make a representation. And we can tell them that Dream Cricket will pay to upgrade this field. Okay? Something for you to think about. So that's how we get more grounds. That's the only way. If you start now in your townships, maybe next year you'll have some more grounds. Finally, rain. When there's rain, okay, game has to mandatorily stop. Okay? Because people are electrocuted playing cricket. You know this. There's an actual player in New York who is completely permanently wheelchair bound because during a thunderstorm he continued to play. Alright? We don't want that to happen. Umpires have been trained. However, umpires come under pressure because players are saying, or the parents mainly, are saying, just 2 more overs to either get through DL or to finish the game. Or because their child is close to a 50 or some milestone. No, life is more important, safety is more important. Right? Right? Cool. It does not matter if we came very close to winning, but we have to get back into a shelter. Okay? Just remember that. Cool. How much time do we have? Is it already past time? 5:55. Okay, so Sai, why don't you come here? We will do Q&A with Sai, and then we'll wrap it up. And kids, feel free to ask Sai some questions until you get your questions ready. I will ask a couple of questions to Sai. Okay? Sai? Yeah. First of all, put your samosas down for a second and big round of applause. Yeah. Everyone calm down. Sai. All right, let's go. Sai, do you remember going to these award ceremonies, boring 3-hour-long things?
Yeah,
Every single one of them. Awesome. So, what's happening? Is there a kid being unruly? Okay, cool. Sai, tell me about this year, man. Like, you really had a breakout year this year. Tell me about the World Cup. Let's start with that. How was the campaign? What did you learn? And what are your takeaways?
Yeah, I think it was a great experience. I saw it as you guys, sitting here, just about 10 years ago, and I had the same exact dream, to play for the country and to represent the country at that level, and to get that far. It was a great feeling. And, it's all about just the work that you put behind the scenes.
And how much practice do you think went into what you eventually turned into? So per day on average for the last 10 years?
That's mostly consistency, being consistent, trying to practice as much as possible, but making sure the practices are meaningful and trying to get, even if it's an hour or 2 hours, making sure that you get the most out of it instead of wasting more time. Time management is very critical.
Time management is very critical. But how did you manage time? Like, when did you do your homework, for example?
For me, it was always cricket in school. Cricket nowadays is cricket in the mornings and then school in the evenings. And it was the other way around when I was your age. But I never really had time for anything else. Cricket was something that I always loved, and I never felt like I was sacrificing anything. It was something that it was an honor to play, and it was a dream.
No girlfriends, no social scene. Just signaling and advertising. How about how much screen time did you get when you were growing up? A lot?
If there was any screen time, then I would just be watching games.
That's it? That's the only screen time?
That's it.
No other app or game?
How much is it now during the season?
How much is it now?
Now it's more. Now it's more. So nothing else.
And what sleep? PS5.
PS5, okay, discovered. Well, he deserves it, I think, at this point in his career. So, tell me what it was like playing against the top teams of the world. Like were you in the game that played India? How did it feel?
Yeah, it was, amazing. You watch them on TV and, you look at it and you feel like it's unreal. And then to be standing in India, playing in front of thousands of people, it's an amazing feeling.
Was the pressure up?
No, there's always nerves before a game, but once you step on the field, I don't think you feel it as much. You know, the crowd kind of fades away.
And how, like in terms of like the gap, if there is any, is it, maybe it's a perception, but is there an actual skill gap between us and India?
I don't think it's as much as people say. I think at this level, there's not much of a skill gap, but as you get older, you know, they have more access to better resources, better grounds, better coaching, and they also dedicate their lives to cricket, where here we also have education to focus on. But yeah, which is one reason why they're so good.
Right. I agree. And how about that game? We got a bunch of wickets at the start, right? How did it feel like? Did you think this is ours to lose at this point?
Yeah, I honestly think that it was our game to win, and we just gave it away. You know, if you look at India being 80 for 6, 80 for 7, it was always tough. Everyone before the game, we were all looking at the TV and it said 300 away.
Yeah, you're right.
We're like, no, you can't do that.
That's great though. Did you do anything in the game, like catching or fielding wise? Like I thought you got a catch.
Got a catch, didn't do anything with the bat.
Yeah.
Hopefully next time.
Well, that'll happen. It's just a matter of time. How about like the third? Then you sat out one game, and it was an important game too for us. It was against Pakistan. Yeah. How did you feel about being, about sitting out?
It's always disappointing. Ever since, no matter how old you are, what age group you're playing, it's always disappointing to sit out. But sometimes you have to focus on what you can control. It's not your choice. Sometimes the coaches make decisions for the team, but what you can control is how you can bounce back, how you can get better, and be in those positions where you can't be dropped.
Right. And when you were growing up, did you get benched a fair amount?
Yeah, I used to get benched a good amount, but that just makes you a better cricketer.
Good. Message. It makes you tougher. And obviously you worry a lot about, what could you do better and so on. That's all fair. Okay, so let's do some questions from the kids. Who wants to go first? You want to go first? Ask. Coach Fiona.
How was your time in the tournament?
As in? He was literally playing. Okay, so what were the highlights, let's say?
Highlights would be the game against Netherlands was, obviously a very good feeling. I think we played a 10-night game, and as you all know, the crowds in India are next level, so just being there is a great feeling.
Awesome. Did you all watch that game? Yeah, that was a crazy inning. Big round of applause for that. You have a question? Go for it.
So talk to us about that 6 that got you to 50. So did you see that ball? And I know you played from the offside, right? But it was a very big ball to release. And how did you do it? That was just the most amazing shot that I just saw. So just playing a 6 to get to your 50, and it just blew us away. So
Honestly, it might be a bat. It's a very good bat. I'm the type of player who likes to play on the offside. It's a shot. It's something that I worked on a lot. Actually, with Coach Pritam, I worked on it for almost two years in the nets, and that specific shot, I think. Thank you.
Cool. Big round of applause, Coach Pritam. Okay, you want to go next?
Have you ever scored like 100 and T20s or ODIs?
Yeah, I have.
listen the numbers.
Yeah. Okay, breaking news, people. Sai is among the top 25 batters in the world today. Okay. And he's the youngest ODI centurion of Indian origin in the world. even younger than Sachin when he got his first T20 ODI century, I think. But how old were you? 18. At 18. Yeah. You want to go next?
In the World Cup, what batting style did you follow when you played in India?
Is it batting style for me to
Like, for example, like, yeah, approach, like, if you want to, like, go all out, like, hitting, but not just India, like, the whole World Cup.
I think for me, I'm naturally a bit of an aggressive player. You know, I like to play to my strengths. I think all of you guys should, you know, from a young age, just believe in yourself and believe in your abilities. And, you know, just believe in your strengths. You know, don't let anyone change your game and the way you play. However you want to play is how you should go out there and express yourselves.
Let's go for art, right? Yeah.
I have more than one question.
Let's do one.
So, against Netherlands in the World Cup, the 79 you made, I think. How did you do that?
Okay, wait, calm down. Good question. Because you came back from the previous game, like you were.
I guess in those moments, it's just relying on, you know, all the work. Let's say you go into a tournament, you want to be as prepared as possible. So I think before that tournament, as long as you put in all the work and practice, and you believe that you put in your 100%, then when you're in the game, you won't have any nerves.
Manas, you have a question? Unusual for girls not to have any questions. All right, let's do this.
How long have you played cricket?
I started in 2007, so 2011. I was 7 years old.
7 years old. I remember him as a little fella. He was actually, were you with Vikrant, right? He was, yeah, he was my son's kid. Right, I promised him to come here. Your name?
Keon,
Kian?
what is the most stressful game you've played?
Stressful. Maybe Stallions games.
That's a good question. I don't see any game as stressful. I think for me it's more, you know, exciting and a challenge. You know, even if it's something that I'm afraid to see the result of, it's a challenge of whether I can do it or not, and that's what excites me.
That's crazy. Like, look, one thing I'll tell you about Sai. I've watched him very close. Guys, yeah, you have a question, I'll come to you. Let me read out an observation from my side. He is very calm. Okay, his approach to the game is very calm. You never see Sai excited. You never see him shout, scream, sledge, nothing. Okay? There's only one thing that speaks when Sai is on the field. What is that? That's it. It's cricket. Nothing else. So, I tend to agree that nothing stressed him out. Wait, I'll come to you. There's a parent that wants to answer.
Sir, can you please share how do you prepare for the game?
How does it play? Right? So it's a very good question. I think, especially for kids at this age, and I think it's also important for the parents to know, you know, at this age, it's all about, you know, is the kid putting 100%? You know, when they show up to practice, when they show up to the games, are they able to give their 100%? And do they see any improvement week after week? You know, there should be some scope of improvement, something that they're working towards. And that should be the main focus now. Are they having fun? Are they enjoying coming every day? Are they having that interest? You know, it shouldn't be mostly the parent bringing the kids, it should be the kid bringing the parents, and that's what I firmly believe. And then as you get older, you know, then it comes into, you know, the type of practices that you're getting, the exposure and the games, the quality games that you play, you know, in and outside the country, which, you know, I was exposed to at a young age of traveling around the world and playing in different environments. I feel, but at this age, I feel like that's the most important thing, and as you get older, you just start getting exposed to different situations.
Thank you. Arushi, you have a question.
runs you in your sport?
In ODI, the highest is 137.
Wow. Okay, who was the person here that
I have a question. What's like the most hardest challenge that you faced so far in your 19 or 20 years?
22, but
when he turned over when he was a baby?
hardest challenge, it would be hard for you guys to understand now, but I think it's controlling your mind. When you get to a certain level, it's all about, as Benonko was saying, how calm you can be. When you see people like Dhoni, there's a reason why he's so great. It's his presence at the crease and why he's so calm. And it takes a long time to get good at it. And I feel for me, it's something that I tried to work on over the last couple of years, how I could use meditation in my game, and it's something that really helped me evolve as a cricketer. And I feel that one probably, meditation would be a big one for me.
Hey, I had a question for you. When my son was playing, I had zero pressure on him. Okay? No pressure at all. And my question to you is, but if you don't push, the general perception is if you don't push, then the kid won't push himself or herself. So what is the right balance there? Do you think pushing helps? In your case, what was your experience?
I think pushing does help. I don't know how many of you guys know my dad, but he's a very strict person. But pushing does help, but it's to a point where you shouldn't exceed the limits. It's a two-way street. The parents and kids should both work together to get to a certain point, and I think the most important thing is to set goals together. Where you want to be at specific times. And I think that's what me and my dad did it well together. I think we planned well together about how I'll progress in my journey, and that's what helped me. But when it comes to putting pressure, I think honestly nowadays it's all about if you do it for yourself. You shouldn't be doing it for anyone else but yourself.
That makes a lot of sense. Oh, sorry, you had a question. One second.
More as an extension of what you said just now, and especially for kids of this age. So you've been playing since you were 7 years old, right? So what kept you going when you were a middle schooler or when you were a high schooler? When did you know that you want to play cricket at this level or cricket professionally? And what kind of support did you have from home? Support or pressure, whatever it might be. So how did that go? Just so kids know that, okay, I'm playing today, but I don't know where it's going to take me. Did you have those questions?
Yeah, actually it's much better now than it was when I started playing. When I started playing in 2011, there was only one academy, as they know said, and there was only 20-30 kids. There was no proper pathway. The U.S. team wasn't as established, but thankfully to Bedonko and June Cricket, we stuck along, and I think at first we saw it as recreation, but quickly I started traveling the world and got to experience other countries and fell in love with the game. And from there, actually at 14, I moved to India for a year. Just me and my dad went for cricket, and it's one big sacrifice that we took as well. And as I said before, parents are obviously a very important part in our kids' journey. It's how they support them as well. But I know sometimes they get disappointed when the kid doesn't do well, but as long as the kid does to the best of their ability and the approval is there, I think that's all that matters.
Okay, that's a great one. Question for you on your MLC career so far. So you made the TSK, right? And MLC is coming up again. What's changed because of the involvement of MLC, the professionalization of cricket in the US, and any takeaways there?
Yeah, if you told me 5 years ago that I'd be batting with Faf du Plessis or Devin Conway, I would be in shock. I wouldn't expect something like that to come, but now I think the future is bright for all of you guys. With leagues such as MLC, you get to compete with the world's best, and they also help develop the local talent. So it's just a great opportunity for all of them.
So there's a real professional cricket career possibility right now.
Yeah, now there definitely is.
There is. Any other questions? Well, we'll do 3 more questions because there's pizza to get through, and yeah, you've been waiting, so I will do it.
How often did your dad get you back?
How often did your dad get you a new bat? Did your dad get you a new bat? Okay, calm down, calm down.
When I was young, I actually used one bat for about 5 years. Now I just go through all of them. But I think when I was young, I was just a couple maybe once a year.
How many bats do you have today in your kit bag?
I have about 7.
But is there a favorite one? Is that the one that you hit a 6 with? That's the favorite. What brand is that?
SS.
SS. What, did you get it at Dream Cricket by any chance? No. Oops. Did Prasad get it?
But I use a lot of SS as well.
Do you have a sponsorship deal? With SS. Lovely. Awesome. He has a sponsorship deal. See, now when you have that, you can go through a bunch of bats. Yeah. Okay, you.
What's your favorite game or the best game you ever played?
Good question. Favorite game ever that you played?
The 79, I think, would be up there, and probably my first 100. So yeah, I think would be the best thing.
Prasad and I, you have a favorite game for Scallions. You needed a boundary of the last ball, and he engineered one. It was crazy, that game. Okay, where are you? Oh, yeah, way in the back. Let's go.
Question for the kids, I think, that at this age when they start, they watch so much cricket right on the TV, and they are very curious about, I want to do this way and that way against where they are starting very new. Can you just tell about the kids that how to manage the balance between the curiosity and the new things they want to do? They want to try, but now they have to focus on what coaches are saying, and that's more important for them to build. Because I have a very curious one, so that's a typical question. Thank you.
Like, yeah, I think everything that you see on TV, like you see people like Sky, you see the type of shots that he hits. You don't see the behind the scenes. You don't see the amount of work that they put for that specific shot. I think a lot of kids now they see shots on TV, and it's okay to replicate. I feel some people should have their cricketing inspiration. It's okay to mimic people. That's perfectly fine. I also try to mimic certain players, but at the same time, the amount of work that they put behind the scenes, we also have to imitate that part as well.
Takes a lot of practice. Nothing happens because you want it to happen. It happens through years of practice.
Now, I want to ask you, is there any specific bowler that you used to struggle with, but now you've worked to counter them?
Whoa. Very articulate. What's your name? Ayush. Well done.
Yeah, I struggle with, I used to struggle a lot with left arm spin still. A lot of people say I still don't struggle with left arm spin, but it's just practicing the nets now. I've played so many games now to really feel about that, but yeah, I worked a lot on my power game and just trying to evolve as a cricketer. Now cricket has become a completely different sport, and I think you have to be good at every aspect, so I just try to work on that.
Hey, what did you do specifically on fielding? Like, how did you train for fielding? Because fielding seems to be something that kids just don't want to do.
Yeah, it's still something that the weather here is very tough to get. But one thing that a coach told me really stuck with me is that fielding is an attitude. It's not really how good your hands are, but it's how tough you are in the field and how much you are willing to get the ball, or how much you want the ball to come to you. That's a very important point.
Which coach told you that?
dream could be cool.
Oh, really? You asked the question already. I think we'll take one last question, okay? Okay, two last questions, you and you, and that's it, okay? Sorry. And he will be here, will you be here, or are you done? You have to go somewhere. You can stick around so you can ask more questions directly to him. Okay, we'll start with the boy and then we'll end with the girl, because girls are my favorite players.
When you were younger, were you always a batter, or did you become a batter like more recently? And what made you to become a batter?
Actually, when I first started, like double, I used to bowl pace. Just something that I just quickly transitioned into batting, and I also used to keep winning. But now you have to be good at almost every skill. So I think just keep evolving. Try to, if you're a batsman, then try to become as good, but also try to have a secondary skill, whether that's your fielding or bowling.
He surprised us by getting a lot of wickets in minor league last year. I don't know if you know that.
2011 World Cup, my dad used to watch it, and after seeing that win, I started playing. I didn't think it would get anywhere, but that would be probably the inspiration that started me to go to training.
Wow. 2011, you watched the World Cup. 2025, you won it. 26. That's stuff that dreams are made of. So, thank you, Dream Cricket. Parents, especially, because they burn a lot of calories for your cricket to improve. They spend a lot of dollars for your cricket to improve. And on that note, there's pizza. Don't leave it home without getting some food. So I will be here. Have a great season, people. Please clean up after you. Please clean up after you. Don't leave your stuff here. Hey. If you left a plate here, we have a camera. We know who's the person that messed this place up. Remove your stuff. Clean up after you.